When a $500 dish reaches the table, who pays the true price? The diner or the diver who risks it all? Along the rugged southern coast of Australia, that question is answered every single day. Divers slip beneath waves colder than ice, into waters ruled by sharp reefs and silent predators. Great white sharks, hidden currents, rock walls like blades. Their target? Abalone, an ugly shell clinging to stone. Inside, flesh so prized it sells for over $100 each. Every season, Australia delivers nearly a third of the world's wild abalone, turning this perilous hunt into an industry worth millions. But the real story is not the money, it is the gamble. Every descent beneath the surface is a wager with the sea itself. Some win, some don't. This is Sharks, Sharp Reefs, and Peril, the true price of abalone luxury in Australia fishing documentary. Subscribe now to Now Discover and witness the risk behind the riches. The descent begins in silence. Cold water squeezes the lungs. Darkness folds in, broken only by beams of light cutting through the gloom. Every diver knows, down here, one mistake can cost everything. They carry little more than a hook knife, twin oxygen tanks, and a lifeline of radio signals. The task seems simple, pry a snail from a rock, but each move is calculated against time and terror. Oxygen drains fast, currents shift without warning. A shadow in the distance could be a drifting kelp or the outline of a great white shark. Australia may lead the world, supplying nearly a third of wild abalone, but not a single shell can be taken freely. Every harvest is weighed against strict quotas. Each abalone is placed in mesh bags fitted with digital scales, transmitting weight back to the mothership. The message is clear: take only what is allowed, or risk collapsing the very industry that feeds you. Technology is no longer a luxury. GPS trackers monitor every dive, every heartbeat, every ascent. On deck, crew members watch screens with hawk-like focus. If a signal falters, panic surges, because beneath, there is no second chance. But danger does not only come from the sea. Poachers haunt these waters. In one notorious case, nearly 800 kilograms of illegal abalone worth more than $80,000 were seized after being stripped from a protected reef. To the licensed diver, it is a double threat. Not only must they fight the ocean, they must defend their catch from criminals willing to destroy an ecosystem for profit. Even the abalone themselves resist. Their muscular foot clings to stone with the strength of cement. Wrenched too hard and the meat tears, wasted. Too slow and the oxygen gauge ticks toward zero. Every lift feels like a negotiation with both nature and time. And beneath it all lurks an invisible enemy. Harmful marine toxins borne by red tides and algal blooms can seep into abalone flesh, turning a prized delicacy into a silent poison. Divers are not just wrestling sharks in sharp reefs, they are battling microorganisms too small to see. Down here, there is no applause, no audience. Only the steady thud of a heart echoing in the diver's ears, and the knowledge that every trip beneath the waves is a wager. Will you surface with treasure, or will the ocean keep you for itself? The battle doesn't end when a diver breaks the surface. Every second counts. Within hours, the abalone must begin its next journey. Loaded onto boats, mesh bags of living shells are rushed towards shoreline facilities. The rule is simple: no more than 3 hours from reef to station. Beyond that, the treasure begins to lose its value. Inside processing plants along South Australia's coast, science takes over, temperatures plunge. At -4 degrees Fahrenheit, abalone are placed into a state of hibernation. It sounds surreal putting a sea snail to sleep so that it can wake again months later on a plate in Tokyo. Yet this chilling pause preserves both flavor and nutrients, keeping the flesh as tender as the moment it left the reef. But freshness alone is not enough. Hidden enemies lurk beyond sharks and sharp reefs. Harmful algal blooms can release toxins that seep into abalone flesh. An invisible threat. That's why every batch is screened and certified. Divers do not only fight the sea, they also fight the unseen microorganisms that can turn luxury into poison. Once cleared, the abalone is vacuum sealed at -22 degrees Fahrenheit inside HACCP-certified clean rooms. No dust, no contamination, only sterile precision. Every package carries a QR code that tells its story: where it was harvested, when it was weighed, how long it has been in hibernation. A diner in New York can scan a label and trace a dish all the way back to a cold reef in Tasmania. Yet a shadow looms over this high-tech ballet. On one side, divers risk their lives to bring up each shell. On the other, modern aquaculture farms in Western Australia can raise abalone in controlled seas, producing thousands without blood or peril. The question whispers, is the future of abalone the diver or the farm? For now, both worlds collide: craft and technology, blood and science. Each step of the cold chain is designed to protect not only the value of abalone, but also the fragile balance of trust between ocean, harvester, and diner. On the dining tables of Asia's elite, abalone is not just food, it is status, it is power. In Japan, it becomes sashimi, thin slices glistening with the essence of the sea. In China, it is steamed and served whole, a centerpiece of wealth. In Korea, it simmers in soups, believed to restore strength and vitality. On the dining tables of Asia's elite, abalone is not just food, it is status, it is power. In Japan, it becomes sashimi, thin slices glistening with the essence of the sea. In China, it is steamed and served whole, a centerpiece of wealth. In Korea, it simmers in soups, believed to restore strength and vitality. Australia fights to prevent that fate. Strict quotas, electronic monitoring, HACCP certified processing, every step is designed to protect both industry and ecosystem. Divers know they cannot simply take what they want. The law weighs every kilogram, but laws can be broken. Poachers strip reefs clean in the dark, undermining both sustainability and trust. If unchecked, entire habitats risk becoming deserts beneath the waves. So the question hangs, is luxury worth the gamble? For every diner raising a glass over a $500 dish, there is a diver in southern Australia staring into the eyes of sharks, clinging to reefs in icy water, counting the last minutes of oxygen. One side celebrates, the other survives. From a rough shell hiding on cold rocks to a glittering plate in a five-star restaurant, abalone carries the weight of more than flavor. It carries the price of time, danger, and sacrifice. From one of the ugliest creatures in the sea to one of the most expensive meals on earth, abalone reveals the true cost of luxury, sweat, blood, and the pride of those willing to face peril for treasure. Subscribe now to Now Discover and join us on the next brutal journey into the ocean's hidden frontiers.